Wow, what a week it's honestly been on Facebook. I know I was obviously banned for the second time this week. I know literally probably thousands, if not tens of thousands or more, people that sell on Facebook Marketplace were banned this week. So in this video specifically, we're going to talk about all of that and more. We're going to talk about, the Facebook Marketplace bans, the account reviews, how to actually input tracking. I'm going to show you how to input your tracking even if you're banned, right? Because for a lot of you, I know other people have made videos on this in the past and, good videos, and that's how I found out about it. And, there's a lot of these videos circulating in the Facebook groups. But for those of you that might not have seen the videos, this will really, really help you, as well as I think I'm really going to simplify it so you can get like the gist of it in like a minute or two instead of watching like a 20-minute video like some of these videos are, right? So I'm going to show you that first here in a second. But, and then we're going to talk about, why I think that the bans are happening, what you should also do about it. Like if you get banned in the future, you should put in input your tracking via your phone like I'm going to show you in this video so that you can still get paid. But also you should focus your attention on other marketplaces and dropshipping on other marketplaces. I'm very, very glad that I got banned this week. I'm up and running this morning. We're also going to talk about that here in a second. And I'm going to read a bunch of the posts from the actual Facebook admins from the Shipping on Marketplace group. So I am up and running again, but I'm very grateful that I got banned because it honestly let me focus on other marketplaces and really opened a lot of other tools, namely on like Poshmark, Mercari, and Amazon. Amazon has literally been ridiculous. Yesterday alone, I think I sold like $1,500 just drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace, and I literally just started it like 2 days ago. So, or not Facebook Marketplace, excuse me, on Amazon, okay? So I'm all over the place as I was this week, but I'm very, very grateful. I focused, a lot on Facebook Marketplace in the past, and I was like, well, I want to eventually get into Walmart. I want to eventually get into Amazon, but like Facebook Marketplace is so easy. It's the low-hanging fruit, and so I never really focused any attention on the other ones. Well, this week I was forced to because I literally couldn't do anything on Facebook, okay? So there's a lot of potential on a lot of other platforms. It's not just Facebook. So let's get into all of this. First and foremost, why would you need to input the tracking numbers? Why would you need to get back into your Facebook Marketplace account if you're banned? Well, if you sell on Facebook Marketplace and you have pending orders, you're not going to get paid for those pending orders, and they're going to get canceled if your account is in review or if you get banned. And in the meantime, you can't input your tracking because you can't even log into Facebook Marketplace. So a workaround for that is logging in via mobile, turning your data off. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second, literally a screenshot of the video. And that way you can at least input your tracking numbers so you're not out a lot of money. So I would have honestly, if I wasn't able to do this, I would have lost about $1,000 probably in profit because I had a bunch of pending orders. That might be a little bit of a high estimation, or it could be there. Like I haven't really specifically analyze like what my margins are, but I had a lot of pending orders, and if I wasn't able to do this, I've already paid for those orders to be shipped to those people. Those people wouldn't return them, and then obviously I'm out the money for that, but then Facebook would cancel those orders because I could never input the tracking because I couldn't log back into my account. And so you're probably in a very, very similar position if you're banned, or if you're not banned. This is a valuable video because you're going to be able to do this in the future. So if you ever get banned or if your account is ever in review, you can do this so that you are still able to make that money and get paid, okay? So I'll pop the video of me actually doing this up on the screen. I can't do it now currently on my phone live because I'm not banned anymore, but I did do this yesterday and record that part of the video yesterday, so thank God. I woke up to, this morning to my account not being in review anymore, and I'm back live, as are thousands of other people, it looks like, via the group. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But basically all you want to do is, you'll see the video up on the screen. I'm literally logging into Facebook. So I'm going into Facebook, I'm turning my Wi-Fi and my data off. And then I'm going to the marketplace little icon and then selling. And then as soon as I hit marketplace selling, I'm immediately swiping back down, turning the data and the Wi-Fi back on, okay? Now I've done this with both the Wi-Fi and the data, and I've also turned the Wi-Fi and the data off and then swiped down and just turned the data on. Both of them seem to work, but you do have to time it properly. You do have to time it right. And full disclosure, it took me like, the first time I did it, because I had to do this twice, the first time I did it, I think it took me like almost like 30 times to actually time it right. The second time it only took me like 10. So you might have to do it a bunch of times, but really that's how you do it, right? So you X out of Facebook if you're logged into Facebook, right? Swipe down, turn your data off, turn your Wi-Fi off, go into the Facebook app, click the marketplace icon, click selling really, really fast, right? Before you see like the you're in review or whatever. And then as soon as you click selling, before it even loads. You want to immediately swipe down on your iPhone, obviously. I'm not sure about Android here. And then turn your data back on really fast. And if you time it right, you will then be able to log in, input your tracking like you're seeing up on the screen right now. Okay, so that's how you're able to input your tracking even if you're banned. That was a lifesaver. I would have been out, like I said, probably about $1,000 in profit if I wasn't able to do that because I was banned like this entire week. And a lot of other people were facing that issue too. So that's first and foremost. Really hope that that helps, okay? Now, there are some other things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about why I think that the bans are happening, and then we're going to talk about some other platforms after this that if this happens to you in the future, or if you just want to diversify because you don't trust Facebook Marketplace, and I wouldn't blame you, especially after what happened this week, just, you want to put multiple eggs in multiple baskets. That makes total sense, okay? So I personally just think that this was like an AI or an artificial intelligence like bug in Facebook, right? I don't think that they were actively targeting drop shippers. I don't think that it had to do anything with like the drop shipping extensions. I don't really think it had to do anything with like your pictures and not specifically like screenshotting the pictures and instead using an extension that takes the picture. Like I don't think it had to do with any of that. There's been wide speculation all week because so many people were banned about what was causing this. And everybody jumped to the conclusion that they were just like kind of like eBay in a way, like trying to target all the drop shippers and suspend them all. But there's been no proof of that to be the case, right? It's just widespread speculation. And B, there's actually been a lot of proof to the contrary that it was just a Facebook bug and the AI actually was seeing a lot of different things and banning people, without cause and banning people based on, certain things in its AI, right? Because we all know that Facebook is run mainly by AI. It has a lot of artificial intelligence and a lot of software that runs it, and not always people and human beings that are literally looking at your accounts and saying like, oh, this is sketchy, like you're banned, right? It's the AI that's, something triggered the AI in your algorithm, okay? Or in the algorithm, okay? And actually, I'm going to pop these up on the screen right now for you. So all of these are screenshots from the Facebook Marketplace, the shipping on Facebook Marketplace Facebook group, which I definitely recommend that you join. It's literally called Shipping on Marketplace, I believe. Let me figure that out really fast to make sure. It is called Shipping on Marketplace. And all of these are screenshots from one of the Facebook admins that posted in the group. So earlier in the week, we had the original post right here where you see, hi sellers, hope you all been enjoying the spring, blah, blah, blah. And they talk specifically about bugs in progress. And one of the bugs specifically is accounts are being locked due to suspicious activity, and users are being asked to reset their passwords after logging back in. These users are unable to access Marketplace, and the request to use that platform is under review, which is exactly what happened to me and exactly what happened to a lot of other sellers on the Marketplace. So it does lead me to believe that this is not a drop shipping issue. This is not an issue specifically where like people were doing something wrong, right? It is not against Facebook's terms of service to drop ship or anything like that yet currently. And so it literally just looks like it was a bug in their algorithm that they then fixed, right? Because then we jump to a little bit later, which was 2 days ago, and she posts again and she says, a big issue that has been brought to my attention is the account locker, account ban, blah, blah, blah. So they're still aware of it. They're still focused on improving it. And then today I was actually, I'm actually able to sell on Marketplace again. My account is no longer in review. I didn't get an email from them letting me know. I just happened to check and it was fine. And I've also seen like in the Facebook groups, like a lot of other sellers have seen the same thing where they're automatically unlocked this morning and everything's fine, okay? And I woke up to this post in the group where it was like, hi everyone. Thank you for all your posts and messages on the widespread account bans over this past week. I know this is extremely frustrating and we're doing our best to work towards a resolution. The team found a root cause of the ban issue earlier today and put out a resolution that should have a lot of you back up and running. And then she goes on to explain if it's still happening to you, what you should do about it, let them know, blah, 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 right? So what does all this mean? How does it affect you? Should you trust Facebook Marketplace in the future? How should you move forward with this in general, okay? And I know I'm ranting in this video, but like there was a lot on my plate with this video. There's a lot on my mind about this because this has been like a week's culmination all the way up to this point, and a lot of things have happened. It's not just like one thing, it's been like all over the place. So in my opinion, I don't think it was a dropshipping issue. I've said that a million times in this video. I don't think it had anything to do specifically with anybody doing anything wrong, using an extension, not taking the pictures or screenshotting the pictures and renaming them with the metadata or anything like that. I literally just think, and she literally said it, that it was just a Facebook bug in the AI, okay? So that would lead me to believe that while you still might potentially get your account under review or banned in the future, which the main risk there is not being able to input the tracking number so you get paid, but I already solved that for you earlier in this video and showed you how you can do that. The main issue there is been removed, right? So you can put the tracking numbers in, God forbid you get suspended again. I don't think that you will. It seems like they fixed the issue, and it also is clear that they're aware of issues and they're working towards fixing them and moving forward, right? They're also introducing a number of features. I just saw Relist uploaded today. I saw the Quick Insights uploaded again in my mobile, so you can just renew listings super fast. So there's a lot of things that they're doing. They're trying to improve and they're moving in the right direction. So I commend them for that, right? Like, I can't think of another platform specifically, namely like Amazon or eBay or Poshmark or Mercari or anything, where like sellers can have their voices heard in a group like that, and the platform is actively working with sellers in the right direction. So I commend them for that. I know a lot of people have been saying in the groups like, I don't trust them, this is horrible, and I totally get it. I've felt those emotions earlier in the week as well myself, because like you're left kind of in the dark, like what's going on, why'd they ban me, I don't think I did anything wrong. Like, I totally get that. And so it's like the trust in the marketplace has been severed, right? But there's full transparency here on the Facebook group, Shipping into Marketplace. They're actively working towards moving in the right direction, and they're constantly working on fixes. It's not a perfect marketplace yet. It's not a perfect platform. As we all know, Facebook clearly has their issues, but they are doing the right things and they're trying their best to move in the right direction. So I'm fully trusting Facebook Marketplace. I'm not doing anything like going back into vacation mode. I'm not, just listing a few items here and there to like make sure I don't tick off the algorithm. I'm jumping full back into it. I'm obviously diversifying other platforms like we're going to talk about here in a second, but I'm jumping full back into it like nothing's wrong and assuming everything's right because it seems like they fixed everything, okay? So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts if you were banned down in the comments, what you think caused it or your experience specifically. But what I would recommend, regardless of if you get banned in the future, if you're currently banned right now, or if you've never been banned in the past or you don't think it'll ever happen to you, I still recommend, diversifying your drop shipping or your reselling on other platforms. I've already covered in other videos specifically, I'll drop one up in the right-hand corner right now, of other marketplaces that you can also drop ship from. I wasn't just making that video to make like a cool video. I'm literally telling you can drop ship on those platforms. I've seen success on Poshmark with this. I've seen success with this on Mercari. I've seen success with this on Etsy. I've seen success with this on OfferUp, okay? And I've seen crazy success just the past couple of days on Amazon with this, okay? So full disclosure, like Amazon and Walmart specifically, like I talk about in that video, you are only supposed to wholesale drop ship. You're not supposed to drop ship from retail suppliers. So I want to hit that home, but there are so many other marketplaces. I don't recommend just putting all your eggs in the Facebook basket, because if you get banned again in the future, then obviously, even if you can input the tracking, all your sales and all your profit and all your business's revenue go to a screeching halt. So yes, you should focus on Facebook. I am putting my trust in it. It's still a great way, and it's extremely a great way to make money. It's extremely promising, it's widely profitable, and it's ridiculously easy sales. Like, I haven't seen anything this easy in a long time. But one thing I definitely recommend is, while I do think that you should put your trust back in Facebook Marketplace and start dropshipping again, even if you've never been banned or whatever, you should also be focusing and diversifying on other platforms so that you can get sales from other platforms. You're not solely focused on Facebook Marketplace, and who knows, like maybe one of the other platforms ends up being like, one of the best sellers for you, or there's been a couple products on other platforms that have just kept reselling for me. Obviously Amazon's one of them, but like, to give you an example, like Mercari, there's a couple items on Mercari that just sell constantly for me for higher profit margins than they do on Facebook, okay? And I know I've heard other people say in the past, like other platforms like Poshmark and Mercari and stuff like that, like have super low margins because they charge you a higher fee. I have not seen that to be the case. I've seen the complete opposite to be the case, where I get higher margins on those platforms. Obviously my sales aren't, up to Facebook Marketplace or even close to it, but I am getting high margins there. So when I do sell things, I'm making a ridiculously high profit margin. So I know this video is all over the place. I wanted to cover a lot of things. Namely, we cover the tracking issue. I really hope that helps. So if you get banned, you can input your tracking. Or if you're banned now, do that. You can input your tracking numbers so you don't have Facebook cancel your orders and you can still get paid. We also covered why I think it's happening, as well as why Facebook literally said it's happening, as well as the fact that they're working on improving it. And we also covered what you should be doing and why you should be diversifying your marketplaces that you're doing this on, right now, but also obviously in the future if it happens to you. So I really hope that you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you appreciate the value in it, and I'll see you in the next one.